Coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News Today starts now.
Good morning, Mid-Missouri. Thanks for waking up with us here on KOMU 8 News Today. I'm Annabelle Thorpe and Alexis. I was kind of bundled up on my run yesterday, threw on a little jacket. Yeah, it's kind of cold.
Yeah, most definitely. It's feeling a lot like fall today, this weekend. We saw some rain yesterday. We're going to see lots of sunshine as we go through our day, but still those fall-like conditions as we're going through our weekend. So temperatures out the door this morning, though, are in the 40s. So if you have any morning plans, that's what you can expect. Some cooler temperatures. Winds are now out of the north. That's keeping us cool as we head through the rest of our day. A little bit of a divide in temperatures across the state. 40 in Kansas City, 50 over in St. Louis. Those winds are going to be calm today, but we saw a breezy week last week. You can expect some windy conditions as we head into the rest of this week. And winds are out of the north. That's keeping us cool today. They are soon going to shift out of the south, helping us warm up through the next couple of days. 60s your high for today with mostly sunny skies. Tonight, though, clear skies. Our first frost of the season is likely tonight. There's some patchy frost possible, especially for areas to our east. And we're going to warm up tomorrow as we begin a warming trend to more summer-like conditions. I'll track all of this out for you coming up in my first alert forecast.
All right, thanks, Alexis. And you're taking a live look at the Walter Reed Military Medical Center in Bethesda, Maryland, where the president is being treated for COVID-19. Supporters are gathering outside. You can see a few right there. Officials say Trump will spend a few more nights in the hospital about 9 miles north of the White House. Last night, the president told the nation he's starting to feel better. And President Trump tweeted out an update on his condition just before 6 p.m. yesterday. In the 4-minute video, the president details his time at Walter Reed and thanks the healthcare workers who have been caring for him. This is the first time we've seen the president since he was admitted to the military hospital. Here's what he had to say about his current condition.
I want to begin by thanking all of the incredible medical professionals, the doctors, the nurses, everybody at Walter Reed Medical Center. I think it's the finest in the world for the incredible job they've been doing. I came here, wasn't feeling so well. I feel much better now. We're working hard to get me all the way back. I'm starting to feel good. You don't know over the next period of a few days. I guess that's the real test.
The president went on to say he's hoping for a quick recovery and return to the campaign trail. That update came after a confusing day of developments on the president's health. The president's chief of staff said Trump is facing a critical next 2 days. He also said the president faced a very concerning period on Friday, but his comments conflict with those of the president's doctor. Trump's doctor spoke about his condition yesterday, saying the president is in good condition and in high spirits. Doctors also discussed the type of treatment he's been receiving at Walter Reed.
About 48 hours ago, the president received a special antibody therapy directed against the coronavirus, and we're working very closely with the company to monitor him in terms of that outcome. Yesterday evening, he received his first dose of IV remdesivir, and our plan is to continue a 5-day treatment course for remdesivir.
The president's doctor said Trump is taking those drugs to fight the coronavirus. The Associated Press reports the president was treated with supplemental oxygen, but when asked, the president's doctor did not give a clear response.
He knows he has not received any supplemental oxygen?
He's not on oxygen right now, that's right.
I know you said there was no oxygen
he's not on oxygen
but did he receive
today.
Did he receive any on Thursday?
And he's, what's today, Saturday?
Saturday.
No, Thursday.
Okay, so no Thursday, no Friday, no Saturday. That's fine.
So
that was why we were confused.
Thursday, no oxygen, none at this moment. Yeah, and yesterday with the team, while we were all here, he was not on oxygen.
So it's a week of crowded events, a debate, and now attention has turned to contact tracing. One event in particular is gaining scrutiny. 1 week ago yesterday, the president held a ceremony in the White House Rose Garden to announce the Supreme Court nominee, Amy Coney Barrett. The Washington Post reports at least 7 attendees have since tested positive. This including 2 Republican senators, as well as former advisor Kellyanne Conway and former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. Christie has since checked into a hospital. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley was at that Rose Garden ceremony. Yesterday, Hawley announced he tested negative for COVID-19. Video from the Rose Garden event shows Hawley seated next to North Carolina Senator Thom Tillis, who tested positive. Tillis was seen wearing a mask. And prominent leaders from around the world are joining the growing list of those wishing President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump a quick recovery. NBC's Matt Bradley has that story.
As the world watches and waits for the latest on President Donald Trump's health, reaction from world leaders still flowing in.
Obviously, I think we all want to send our best wishes to the President and the First Lady, and I've done that this morning, as you can imagine, and I'm sure that they'll both stage a very strong recovery.
Much of it was over the President's own favorite medium, Twitter, and from both friends and foes, it was almost all very diplomatic. From Israel's Benjamin Netanyahu to Canada's Justin Trudeau, even from Pakistan's Imran Khan, world leaders wish the first couple a speedy recovery. Even foreign media was mostly polite, with most columnists and commentators noting the urgency of the president's condition. After all, President Trump isn't the first world leader to get the disease. Two prominent leaders paved Trump's way. Britain's Boris Johnson was hospitalized and humbled in late March. He said the disease nearly killed him, thanking Britain's National Health Service and immigrant doctors.
The NHS has saved my life, no question.
But Brazil's Jair Bolsonaro barely fell ill and made the sickness part of his swagger. After his recovery, he used it to boast about his macho athleticism and shame journalists. When COVID gets one of you wimps, your chance of surviving is quite a bit lower, he told reporters in August. Both leaders got a brief boost in opinion polls after recovering, showing that when it afflicts world leaders, the virus often votes for its own host.
Well, behind all that diplomatic niceties, a lot of the press reports did note that the president did have something of a cavalier attitude towards the virus before he was diagnosed. Matt Bradley, NBC News, Paris.
Mid-Missourians are also reacting after the president tested positive for the coronavirus. KOMU8 spoke with several people in Jefferson City where people had a wide range of opinions.
President Trump has a very positive spirit of I'm going to win this no matter what. He's like that every day. That's good medicine for the Americans, and it's good medicine for each one of us to have that kind of a positive outlook.
I feel like he kind of deserves it. I mean, he told the American population that we should inject cleaning supplies into us to like ward off the coronavirus, and I'm pretty sure that he has had like a few anti-mask statements.
I just feel like there could be many possible ways of like, because like, you know, he's been around a lot of people. He wasn't wearing a mask, and you know, I feel like he just happened to just got COVID.
Presidential candidate Joe Biden said he did not take a COVID-19 test yesterday on his way out of St. John's Catholic Church in Wilmington, Delaware. Yesterday, Biden said he intends to take a test this morning. He tested twice on Friday after sharing a debate stage with the president on Tuesday. Biden's campaign says it will release the results of every COVID-19 test the former vice president takes. And we have a complete timeline of the past few days from when President Trump tested positive up to what we know right now. That's on our website, KOMU.com. And here's a look at your latest COVID-19 cases. Yesterday, Missouri added just over 1,700 new cases and 25 new deaths. The state's positivity rate is currently at 14.4%. The CDC recommends that number be below 5%. Boone County added 30 new cases yesterday. Governor Parson and the First Lady are scheduled to be out of isolation as of today. COVID-19 patients typically stay in isolation for 10 days after symptoms set in or after a positive test if asymptomatic. The First Lady ended her required isolation period on Monday since she had symptoms days before testing positive, but she stayed in Bolivar as a precaution this week. Governor Parson's isolation ended yesterday. The governor's office said they will not release the number of how many staff tested positive. A fall festival that was scheduled this weekend at the governor's mansion was postponed. Earlier in the week in KOMU8 News, we took a deeper look into the timeline of the First Lady testing positive and how many people are part of the contact tracing effort. For that story, you can head to our website, KOMU.com. And coming up, Election Day is less than a month away. Some Mid-Missourians are already voting. But But first, you're taking a live look over downtown Columbia. Your time is 7:09. Be sure to grab a jacket this morning, as it's going to be a little chilly out there. We will be right back after this break.
KOMU 8 First Alert Weather.
Welcome back. We're taking a live look over the sunrise over there at Columbia Regional Airport. Beautiful. 7:13 is your current time. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. Temperatures out the door, though, feeling very chilly right now. 45 currently in Columbia, 49 in Jefferson City, so a little bit warmer to our south and east. But 42 in Fayette, 42 in Moberly and Brunswick, 43 over in Marshall, at 39 in Kansas City, 50 in St. Louis, so a little bit of a divide across the state, but it is definitely a chilly start to the day. We're going to start off with a good amount of cloud cover. That's from the clouds that we saw that brought us some rain yesterday. That's going to move out of here. I think we're going to see abundant sunshine by the afternoon. I think that that midday temperature will be in the mid-50s. We're not going to get that warm today. It's going to be a very fall-like day. I think a high right around about 60 degrees is expected with lots of sunshine by the afternoon. And then as we get into the overnight hours, things are going to cool down very quickly as we head into tonight and tomorrow. Then things are going to start to warm back up. But lots of sunshine through the day. Those clouds move out of here, and we're going to see a lot of sunshine this coming week. Just mostly sunny skies today, because I think we'll just have a few clouds lingering around this afternoon. Then abundant sunshine Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. A few more clouds in the sky on Thursday. So get out and enjoy it. But we are looking at a big change in our weather just the next couple of days. And here's our next weather maker. It's this high pressure system that's off to our west right now. And what we see with these high pressure systems, dry conditions. So that's going to move those clouds out of here. We don't have any moisture or anything like that affecting our weather for the next couple of days. And we also see a clockwise motion of wind. So we're going to be kind of seeing a motion that looks like this. So since we're on the eastern side of the high pressure system, we're going to be seeing northerly winds today, and we're already seeing that. This is your windcast this morning, seeing winds out of the north. But look what happens as we go into the overnight hours. It's going to kind of stall right across the eastern part of the state. That's going to provide some calm winds. And with our temperatures getting so cool tonight, it's actually going to allow to help us out with the formation of frost. Yes, I believe that tonight's going to be the first frost of the season for some areas. But then kind of watch what happens as that high pressure system continues to move to our east. We're going to be seeing some breezy conditions, winds now out of the south, helping us warm up the next couple of days. But like I said, tonight, this is your first alert forecast here. Bring in or cover up those sensitive plants tonight, especially if you are in these areas highlighted here. So this includes Columbia, Jefferson City, Tipton, areas towards Lake of the Ozarks and east. We are expecting some frost that would occur tonight. So make sure you're bringing in those or covering up those sensitive plants tonight. But then you can put them back out, because look what happens next couple of days. That cool air is going to move to our north, and that warm air is going to settle in across the Great Plains and even into parts of the Midwest. That's actually going to stick with us for the next couple of days. And all of these white lines that you see on here, the closer they are together, the windier we're looking at here. So as this kind of moves through the part of the United States, it is going to provide some breezier conditions for us for the next couple of days. So we are looking at breezy conditions Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Temperatures getting up to near 81 on Wednesday. So fall-like today, summer-like as we head into the middle of the week. But like I said, 60 degrees is that high temperature for this afternoon. We're going to see lots of sunshine in the afternoon, cool and calm tonight. 38 degrees, patchy frost is likely for some of our areas as temperatures are going to get very chilly. 68 tomorrow, 77 on Tuesday, 81 on Wednesday. So on the warming trend, back up to more summer-like conditions and getting back up to the 80s as we head into next weekend.
All right, thank you, Alexis. The Boone County Clerk's Office held its first weekend opportunity for voters to cast their absentee ballot in person yesterday. The office says it's already received about 12,000 absentee ballot applications for the upcoming election. KOMU 8's Avery Everett spoke to the Boone County Clerk about new in-person absentee voting opportunities.
Even during a pandemic, the election keeps rolling. And this weekend, the Daniel Boone Regional Library's bookmobile wheels are hot.
We're making sure that we're providing a safe opportunity and a convenient opportunity for anyone that needs to absentee vote.
Saturday marks the first day of weekend absentee voting opportunities in Boone County. Voters can return their completed absentee ballot or cast their in-person absentee ballot.
So we wanted to meet people where they were and make sure that we had these weekend opportunities in case people had something happening during the week.
The bookmobile, or now the voting mobile, stopped at Hickman High School Saturday. For voter Laura Brenner, it was just up the street.
Even though they call it a remote location, this isn't remote. I mean, this is Hickman High School. It's right here. There was nobody in line. There was nobody inside the bookmobile. It was super easy.
Brenner says she's traveling for Election Day, but also had COVID-19 concerns.
It's hard to know how it's going to be in November.
Voters in Boone County have 3 options to vote for the upcoming election: in person on Election Day, through a mail-in absentee ballot, or by voting absentee in person. With 4 weeks left to go before the election, the Boone County Clerk expects votes to keep rolling in. Avery Everett, KOMU8 News, Columbia.
More people are eligible to vote absentee in the upcoming November general election. The Boone County Clerk says people who are at risk for COVID-19 can use that as a reason to vote absentee. If you want to keep track of information leading up to Election Day, we have a complete voter guide on our website. It tells you important deadlines to remember, how to register to vote, and the difference between in-person, mail-in, or absentee voting. That's on our website, KOMU.com. The gubernatorial forum, originally scheduled for last Friday, has been rescheduled for this Friday. It will be held at the Missouri Theater, but will be closed to the public. It's scheduled for 2 p.m., and you can watch it right here on KOMU8 News. And you're taking a live look over downtown Columbia. Your time is 7:19. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to KOMU8 News Today. Car sales are showing new signs of new life. Car sales did fall in the last quarter, but car manufacturers say they saw a rebound in demand from the beginning of the pandemic. Experts are saying people are turning to personal cars as an alternative to public transportation. Temporary auto plant shutdowns earlier this year led to a shortage on some more popular car models. Officials are reporting a new death related to a faulty Takata airbag inflator. Honda says it happened in August in a 2002 Honda Civic. Officials say they confirmed this week that both airbag inflators in the front of the car ruptured. It marks the 26th death worldwide related to Takata airbags. Recalls related to the company's faulty airbags date back to 2014. The Grand Ole Opry in Tennessee is now back open after closing because of the coronavirus. The historic Opry had its first show in 7 months last night, celebrating 95 years of spotlighting country music. 500 people were in the audience, socially distanced, to listen to country artists like Lori Morgan and Dierks Bentley. An Opry spokesperson says it made plans to reopen with the help from some local health officials. According to a report by the National Fire Protection Association, space heaters are the second leading cause of home fires in the U.S. With more cooler nights ahead, KY3's Leah Hill has steps on how to stay safe.
While you might not be quite ready yet to turn up the thermostat, you might be reaching for the space heaters or turning on the fireplace at night. Before you do this, follow these safety tips.
My kids actually plugged one in last night.
Cool night temperatures will soon be a lot more common as we get deeper into fall. Space heaters can provide quick relief.
When it dips into the 40s, 30s at night, we'll turn them on.
But not everyone is reaching for one.
I don't currently use them. I kind of feel they're a little unsafe.
Space heaters, like any home heating system, are unsafe if you're not careful. Space heaters account for more than 50% of home heating fire deaths.
Because people don't pay enough attention to them or throw a blanket or a shirt or something either on them or too close to them.
A hot space heater can catch these items on fire. You want to keep at least a 3-foot radius around the space heater clear.
Keep them away from a high traffic area or out of your footpaths.
Inspect the heater before using for the first time. Make sure there are no breaks in the cords and no dust collection.
Don't use an extension cord with them.
Power strips can cause overheating and result in a fire. If you're using a fireplace instead these cold nights, don't turn them on without inspection.
Have somebody that's certified and insured to come out and clean it out in case you did get any like bird nests or leaves or debris.
A clogged chimney causes a big problem when the fireplace is turned on.
And it'll fill their house full of smoke just because it won't draft properly.
With any heater you're using this cool season, turn it off before you leave the house. Reporting in Springfield, meteorologist Leah Hill.
I did not realize how dangerous those could be. I did not understand that one. Huh.
Yeah, they get very warm, and actually, I know in the package they said that they don't really one person doesn't use it until those temperatures overnight dip into the 30s. We're actually expecting that tonight, so a great package to lead into this weather tonight, because you can use your space heaters safely, because we are looking at very chilly temperatures tonight. Starting off a little chillier this morning as well, with temperature at 45 degrees, mostly cloudy skies right now. Actually, our feels like temperature is now a factor. We're seeing feels like temperatures in the lower 40s right now, but we will see more sun as we go through the day. But it is fall now. We are well into fall, and we have already lost 30 minutes of daylight since the autumnal equinox. That was September 22nd. It's only been a few weeks since then. We've already lost a good amount of daylight. So fall is here. But Mother Nature sometimes doesn't quite get the gist of that, because we are actually looking at a fall-like day today, but by Wednesday, I'm expecting summer-like conditions to return. I'm going to track all of this out for you coming up right after the break. But right now, you're taking a live look over the Columbia Regional Airport. 7:26 is your current time. We'll be right back.
Firefighters in California are continuing to battle the glass fire in Napa County, California, and the weather isn't helping. 63,000 acres have burned, 800 buildings have been destroyed, and the fire is still only 15% contained. Cornell Bernard has that story from California.
It is really close, and it's too close for comfort, but it's hard to leave.
Zilali Vasquez was getting stressed watching the glass fire move closer to her home outside Calistoga on Highway 29. She's got the sprinkler going and the generator cranking. Thousands have been evacuated in the area, but Zilali isn't leaving yet.
Fire's just over the ridge right there.
It is. It is. It's just under a mile, I believe so. We're aware, we're vigilant, and we've been told to evacuate 2 days ago, but we're ready to go if needed.
The glass fire still on the move, flames erupting over this ridge, making a slow, smoky push toward Lake County.
Much better news for firefighters today. Air quality and visibility has improved, allowing CAL FIRE air tankers to fly once again to tackle hotspots like that.
We saw air tankers make drop after drop after drop of retardant, about a dozen runs in less than 90 minutes.
We've got clean air in there. We're flying our fixed-wing air tankers, dropping lots of retardant, and so they're doing that. We're going to keep flying all day long.
Check out this time-lapse video of the fire from Mount St. Helena. Smoke and flames seen for hours. Gusty winds and extreme heat are still challenging hundreds of firefighters on the ground. But air resources now a big relief to homeowners like Zilali, who has a front row seat to the firefight.
Their job, what they're doing, but when it comes to your home and you see it so close, it's a different story, but it's a pretty cool show.
There was so much smoke in that video, Alexis. Is there any chance of that being able to travel, to our area and us being able to see that?
Yeah, I think just a couple of weeks ago we saw those hazy skies, and that was a crazy situation because that smoke just lofted miles above the ground and just went along with the pattern actually that you see right behind me and moved over towards mid-Missouri. It could happen again if we see that smoke lifted up there. So a devastating situation there over in California. And unfortunately, relief is not expected anytime soon because with those fires, they're looking at warm conditions and breezy conditions. They have been seeing that the last couple of weeks, months, and they're going to continue to see that at least for the foreseeable future. You can see those warm temperatures over near California. Actually, we're going to be seeing a little bit of that as we head into just the next couple of days in mid-Missouri. That warmth is going to kind of spread over towards the Midwest, and we could be seeing a little bit of that. You can see these white lines here. The closer they are together, the windier of a pattern that we see. So we are actually expecting windy conditions here in mid-Missouri. It's going to help warm us up as those winds will be out of the south, allowing for some summer-like conditions heading through the week. That is expected to continue through the work week. As we head into the weekend, though, looks like some cooler weather might be settling across parts of the western United States, which would be good news over in California. So we'll be watching that for them for sure. And then for us as well, that might help cool us down heading into the coming weekend. So in just a little bit. But summer-like conditions return this week, but not before a very cool night is expected tonight. Right now, we're looking at a temperature of 45 in Columbia, but look what's just to our north. Minnesota's below freezing right now. They've actually already seen their first frost of the season. We actually might be seeing that tonight. That's what I'm expecting. High pressure system is our next weather maker, and what we're seeing right now is northerly winds from it. That's keeping us cooler, that's keeping us fall-like today. But look what happens as we move into the overnight hours. This high pressure system kind of stalls over the eastern part of the state, allowing for some calmer wind conditions, and those clear and calm conditions, as well as our cool temperatures, could allow for frost formation, especially on the eastern side of the state, including Columbia and Jefferson City, and even Lake of the Ozarks, though. So we're going to be watching that. But as that high pressure system moves to our east, we'll start to see winds out of the south. That's going to help warm us up going into the next couple of days, and it could be a little bit breezy, like I said. Temperatures heading out the door this morning, though, we are looking at a high, or not a high, the current temperature of 45 degrees in Columbia, 43 in Fulton, 46 over in Mexico, 42 in Moberly, Paris, and Fayette. A little bit warmer down south with 50 in the Lake of the Ozarks and Camdenton. And as we kind of head into the next couple of hours, we're not going to get much warmer. I think we'll reach a high right around about 60 degrees today, but look at this. Overnight tonight, temperatures are going to be very close to freezing. I think we'll be right around the upper 30s for Columbia. A little bit warmer as you head towards Kansas City, but areas to the east, that's where we could see that patchy frost developing tonight. And then, of course, temperatures are going to warm back up to spring and summer-like conditions because Mother Nature just can't quite make up her mind as we're heading into the next couple of days. But because of those cooler temperatures tonight, a frost advisory is in effect for areas of Columbia, Jefferson City, Lake of the Ozarks, Tipton, and East, where you could be. So make sure that you are bringing in or covering up those sensitive plants tonight. This is from 2 to 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. So fall today, winter tonight, spring tomorrow, and summer on Wednesday. So welcome to Missouri there. 60s your high for this afternoon, decreasing clouds through the day, cool and calm, and then we'll see calm and clear skies tonight, 38 degrees. Remember, patchy frost is possible and actually likely in our more eastern counties. 68's your high for tomorrow, up to 77 by Tuesday, 81 on Wednesday. And as we're making that shift in our weather, it is going to be a little bit windy, and temperatures are expected to be in the 80s as we head into next weekend. Let's go ahead and take a live look now over the Missouri River near Rocheport. 7:36 is your current time. We'll be right back after this.
KOMU 8 First Alert Weather.
Welcome back. 7:39 is the current time on this Sunday morning, and temperatures are a little bit chilly out the door. 45 is the current temperature here in Columbia. Seeing lots of cloud cover right now. That is expected to decrease through the day. We'll see lots of sunshine by the afternoon. Feels like temperature is 41, so that wind chill is starting to return into mid-Missouri tomorrow morning. It's going to be even cooler. You're going to want to bundle up if you're heading out the door for Monday morning. Today, though, we're only going to get up to right about 60 degrees, and like I said, decreasing clouds through the day. I think we'll see lots of sunshine by the end of the day, but look what happens as we head into the overnight hours. Temperatures really fall very quickly once the sun sets, and I'm actually expecting for some areas the first frost of the night, of the season, to be actually tonight, especially for Columbia, Jefferson City, and areas to the east. Temperatures will be getting very close to freezing, so that's just something to note as you're heading out the door tomorrow morning. Bring in or cover up those sensitive plants tonight. You can put them back out, though, for the next couple of days as morning temperatures are expected to warm back into the 50s. That's all I have here. We're going to send it over to sports.
Now from the Ford Sports Desk, KOMU 8 Sports.
The Mizzou Tigers on the road in Knoxville yesterday for a matchup with number 21 Tennessee. The Tigers were overmatched last week against Alabama. Yesterday, a couple of costly mistakes and the inability to stop the run doomed the Tigers. Coach Drinkwitz's squad finding themselves in an early hole. Tennessee takes the opening kickoff and drives right down the field to start the game. 3-yard touchdown run from Ty Chandler puts the Vols up 7-0 less than 5 minutes into it. A key moment to start the second quarter. Tennessee's Jarrett Garantano completes the pass to Eric Gray, but he fumbles. Martez Manuel picks it up, heads the other way, but it's called back for a hands-to-the-face penalty. Tennessee keeps the ball and gets another extra 10 yards. The very next play, Gray makes up for his mistake with a 20-yard touchdown run. Huge momentum swing, and it's 14-0 Volunteers. Sean Robinson accounted for -4 yards of total offense in the first quarter. The Mizzou turned to Connor Bazelak to start the second. He was able to move the ball late third quarter on a 4th and 1. Bazelak rolls to his right, makes a nice throw to Logan Christopherson for the big first down up the sideline. That would set up Mizzou's only touchdown of the day, a touchdown run from Larry Roundtree. Doesn't get much easier than that, and the lead is cut to 28-20. 12. Tigers looking to mount a comeback in the fourth quarter, driving inside the 30. And here was the other big mistake. Bazelak's pass is picked off by Theo Jackson. That led to another Volunteers touchdown and crushed any remaining hope. Tennessee wins in a blowout, 35-12. Here's Coach Drinkwitz after the game.
We can't give up 10-yard gains on second down. You know, they were 4 for 4 on fourth down. I think all of them were quarterback sneaks. We just got to be better in the trenches. We got to be better on defense.
Yeah, that was one of our focal points this week. Was getting out the field third down. We failed to do that. So we just got to come back in on Sunday, watch the film, get corrections, and come back next week to execute. In order to win this conference, you got to win on third down.
This afternoon's Chiefs-Patriots game has been postponed. This comes after Patriots quarterback Cam Newton and Chiefs practice squad quarterback Jordan Ta'amu both tested positive for coronavirus. Contact tracing is underway, and the NFL said it plans to play the game Monday or Tuesday. Newton has been impressive in his first 3 weeks at the helm in New England. He's thrown for 714 yards and completed over 68% of his passes while trying to fill the giant shoes left behind by Tom Brady. Patriots depth chart lists veteran Brian Hoyer as their backup quarterback. Ta'amu actually played the role of Cam Newton during practice this week on the scout team to help the Chiefs defense prepare. It was another action-packed Saturday around the SEC. The conference has 7 teams in the AP Top 25. Let's check in with number 3 Florida hosting South Carolina. Third quarter, Gators already up big. Kyle Trask finds Kadarius Toney. Check out the speed. Check out the broken tackles. He squeaks through 5 defenders and makes his way to the end zone. 4 passing touchdowns for Trask this week after 6 the week before. Florida beats South Carolina 38-24. Mizzou's opponent next week, LSU visiting Vanderbilt. Tigers already up big in the third quarter, and they run the flea flicker. Miles Brennan finds John Trey Kirkland in the very back of the end zone. That made it 34-7 LSU. The Tigers cruise to a 41-7 victory. Alabama hosting Texas A&M. Close game early on. Bama up a touchdown in the second quarter. Kellen Mond's pass is intercepted by Daniel Wright. He takes it to the house, and Bama never looked back. The Tide roll to a 52-24 victory. The Mizzou women's soccer team was looking for its first win over a ranked opponent since 2015. The Tigers hosted number 13 Vanderbilt last night. Scoreless in the first half, Julissa Cisneros sends the free kick into the box, and Grace Kitts gets the goal off the header. Mizzou takes a 1-0 lead. Same score in the second half now, a cross into the box. Vanderbilt tries to clear it out, but it's Cassidy Nurnberger with a beautiful shot from just outside the 18. The Tigers hang on for an impressive 2-1 upset victory. And that's sports.
Fans are starting to head back to NFL stadiums around the country, and sports teams are wondering how to get them back in the stands safely. CNBC's Eric Kemi has a look at what your next stadium experience could look like in the age of COVID-19.
Coronavirus has forced many sports teams to rethink the way they do business when it comes time for fans to return. One of the major themes includes utilizing outdoor spaces for tailgate and watch parties as a way to bring people together in a safe, socially distant manner. The Milwaukee Bucks are working with architectural design firm Populous to create a space that uses the arena's parking garage along with modular shipping containers to create a whole new experience for fans. The Miami Dolphins recently unveiled their own outdoor tailgate, complete with beanbag chairs and cabana suites. At the brand new Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, the Raiders are hoping to recoup some of their lost revenue by selling parking spots along with a food and beverage package to their fans. It's all part of the new normal as teams look to bring back fans safely, or at least make some money somehow, even if those fans can't enter the arena.
There's been a trend in stadium design that started a few years ago. We're starting to see, let's say if you take the stadium, a few years ago, 20 years ago, there was maybe 3 to 8 different experiences you could have. You could have a suite, you could have an upper deck seat, you could have some kind of club seat. Today, we're talking about 40 to 60 different experiences within the venue. And I think what this shift in culture, the shift from pandemic has emphasized is that people are going to want to still go, but they're going to want high value for their experiences.
Another trend, touchless everything. Gone are the days of the paper ticket.
So people still like to have their hard ticket and hand it to the ticket taker. Well, this year, because of the safety factor of being able to enter the venue on a contactless basis and just being able to come within range of the scanner, we have over 70 clients using that technology this year. I've never seen that kind of acceleration of adoption of technology. The pandemic has definitely impacted that.
Dameron says her company has over 70 clients implementing that technology this year.
And ahead for us on KOMU 8 News, today's Top 8, a look at the 8 biggest stories coming out of this week. But first, you're taking a live look over Columbia Regional Airport. Your time is 7:47. We'll be right back after this break. Now it's time for KOMU 8 News, today's Top 8. These are the 8 biggest stories coming out of this week. A White House official says President Trump is experiencing mild symptoms of COVID-19 after testing positive for the virus. Late Thursday night, President Trump announced on Twitter that he and First Lady Melania Trump tested positive for the coronavirus. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley tested negative for COVID-19 yesterday. This comes after 2 members of the Senate Judiciary Committee tested positive for COVID-19, Senators Mike Lee and Thom Tillis. During the Supreme Court nomination ceremony for Amy Coney Barrett, Tillis was masked and seated just left of Missouri's Hawley. Lee was a few seats away, unmasked. Both First Lady Teresa Parson and Governor Mike Parson ended their 10-day isolation period this week after testing positive for COVID-19. DHSS confirmed the First Lady had mild allergy-like symptoms for a few days before getting tested, and Governor Parson felt no symptoms. During these days, the couple attended events like a new golf course opening. The governor's office will not disclose the number of possibly infected staffers. Daniel Boone Regional Library's Book Mobile turned into a voting mobile yesterday. Brianna Lennon, the Boone County clerk, says the office has received over 12,000 absentee applications and about 1,500 people have already voted in person for their absentee ballot. 1,200 Pettis County ballots were reported missing after being delivered to a Sedalia post office, but they were found. According to a news release, the St. Louis Regional District Manager notified the Pettis County clerk the ballots were found. The ballots will be hand-delivered to the clerk. The University of Missouri's 109th homecoming will hold virtual events this year due to COVID-19 guidelines. Missouri football will play Vanderbilt on October 17th during the homecoming game. A Tipton School District teacher and student were diagnosed with COVID-19. Students who were close contacts and asymptomatic are quarantining and not coming to school, but teachers who were close contacts and asymptomatic are coming to school. The teachers are considered essential workers. Current rules allow essential workers to return to work if they're a close contact, as long as they are not showing symptoms. And MU released 2020 enrollment numbers Thursday that show an overall increase from last fall. MU saw a 3.5% increase in overall enrollment from fall 2019. MU's overall retention rate of freshmen returning as sophomores this year is 89.4%, the highest rate on record. And remember, our coverage doesn't stop here. You can keep up with us online at our website, KOMU.com, and on your smartphone with our mobile apps. All right, and Alexis, I know you said the weather has been confusing, so what do you mean by confusing?
Well, depends on what season you like. If you like fall, today's your day. Winter, tonight's your night. But then summer's back on Wednesday. So Mother Nature can't quite make up her mind as we're heading through these next couple of days. 46 is the current temperature this morning, so if you have any morning errands to run, you might want to grab that jacket. And actually, feeling a little bit chillier than that, that wind chill is actually in the lower 40s, nearing 40. So it is definitely a chilly morning. Winds are out of the north, keeping us cool today. But look at this little bit of a roller coaster. We're on the upslope here as we're going to see a high of 60 degrees this afternoon, so very fall-like today. 68 is your high tomorrow, warming up to the 70s by Tuesday. 81 is your high on Wednesday as we're expecting a midweek warm-up, so you kind of get to pick your seasons as we head through the week, but dress accordingly. Fall-like today, more summer-like in the middle of the week. Well, welcome back. Temperatures this afternoon are going to be right around 60 degrees, very fall-like for this time of year, but tonight it's going to feel a little bit more like winter. Temperatures are going to be in the upper 30s. For some areas, we could actually see the first frost of the season overnight tonight, but then we're going to be on a warming trend heading into the next couple of days. Tomorrow's high temperature 68 tonight, 38 here in Columbia. Actually, we have a frost advisory issued for Boone County, Montauk, and everywhere just about to the east. That means you should bring in or cover up your sensitive plants today. From 2 to 8 a.m. tomorrow morning is when we are expected that patchy frost to develop, especially in the eastern parts of our viewing area. Warming up to 68 tomorrow, 77 on Tuesday, back up to summer-like conditions by Wednesday with a high of 81. We are watching for some windier conditions as we're kind of making this shift in our weather pattern, but those warmer temperatures are expected to last with us through the coming week.
All right, Alexa, so I have an activity for people maybe not wanting to be outside when it's getting a little cooler this evening and in the next few days. So NASA is looking for help to discover new planets. NASA launched a website this week called Planet Patrol. People can collaborate with us astronomers to sort through pictures collected by NASA's TESS satellite. Over the course of a year, TESS takes hundreds of thousands of pictures, too many for scientists to sort through, and artificial intelligence isn't reliable enough for the job. Volunteers can sift through pictures to help narrow the list of potential planets.
That is awesome. I'd probably spend way more time on that than I should be like on my meteorology homework. That sounds awesome.
It could be pretty fun. We could find a new planet together.
That would be cool.
Thanks for joining us this morning.
On air, online, on Facebook and Twitter, on the News app, on the Weather app, and now on Roku. KOMU 8 News. Coverage you can count on.